In my last video, I talked about how the Indian 3D industry is behind the rest of the world. Low pay, no respect, artists burning out before they even get a real shot. But here's the thing, I got a lot of comments after that video asking the same question. Okay, so where do we actually go? What's the plan? Fair question. Because knowing the industry is broken doesn't help you if you don't know where the actual opportunities are hiding inside that broken system. So today, I'm breaking down the sectors that are genuinely hiring 3D artists in India right now. Not the dream jobs everyone talks about at parties, the real ones that are actually paying people like you and me. Let's get into it. First up, architecture visualization. Here's why this matters right now. India's real estate market is expanding fast, and every builder, architect, and interior design firm needs something before they can sell a single flat, a way for buyers to see the space before it exists. That's where 3D walkthroughs and photorealistic renders come in. This isn't a niche corner of the industry anymore. That's created a genuine, sustained pipeline of work, not just in Mumbai or Bangalore, but increasingly in Tier 2 cities too. The best part? You don't need to master character art or rigging to get in. You need to understand lighting, materials, and how to make a space feel real. Skills you can build through consistent practice and tutorials. It's one of the most realistic entry points if you're early in your journey and want paid work sooner rather than later. Next, product visualization. And this one sneaks up on people because it doesn't sound as exciting as the others. A lot of those product images you scroll past on Amazon or a brand's website, those aren't photographs, they're 3D renders. Why? Because a photo shoot means studio rental, lighting equipment, a photographer, retouching, and doing that for every single product variation gets expensive fast. A 3D render can be tweaked, relit, recolored in minutes for a fraction of the cost. This work isn't glamorous. You're not building a cinematic hero shot people share on ArtStation, but it's consistent. Brands need this content constantly, not just once. And because the skill ceiling is lower than character art or environment design, it's genuinely one of the fastest sectors to become employable in if you're starting from zero. This is the sector that actually changes the math, and it's the one I wish someone had told me about earlier in my own journey. Here's the uncomfortable truth from my last video. The same skill, the same render, the same hours of work, pays completely differently depending on who's paying you. An Indian studio might pay you a fraction of what a client in the US or UK will pay for identical quality work. Not because the client abroad is generous, because their market has always priced 3D art as skilled, specialized labor. Ours hasn't caught up yet. You're not waiting for a local studio to recognize your worth, you're pitching directly to people who already understand what your work is worth. The catch is real though. This isn't just upload your portfolio and wait. You need a portfolio strong enough to compete globally, and you need to be able to communicate clearly with clients, timelines, revisions, expectations. It's a steeper climb than the first two sectors, but it's the one with the highest ceiling. This one's different from the rest. It's not where the jobs are right now, it's where they're heading. AR and VR content, real-time visualization, Metaverse adjacent projects. This space is still early in India, which means fewer jobs today, but it also means less competition for the people willing to. The catch is the skill requirement is genuinely higher. You're not just modeling anymore, you need to understand real-time engines like Unreal or Unity, optimization, interactivity. I wouldn't tell a complete beginner to start here, but if you already have a foundation and you're thinking long-term, this is worth watching closely, because the artists who learn this early will be the ones with leverage when the demand catches up. And finally, the path most people default to, getting hired full-time inside a studio or company. This is still viable, and for a lot of artists, it's genuinely the right call, especially early on. Working inside a studio means structure, mentorship, and learning production pipelines you simply can't replicate freelancing alone. You learn how real projects move from concept to delivery, how to take feedback, how to work inside a team. The trade-off, and this connects straight back to my last video, the pay usually starts modest, and growth can be slow unless you're proactive about upskilling and pushing for better roles. It's not the sector with the highest ceiling, but it's often the most stable starting point if you want mentorship before you go out on your own. So here's the honest breakdown. If you want to start earning the fastest, look at ArchViz or product visualization. If you want the best long-term payout and you're willing to put in the portfolio work, go after international freelance clients. If you're patient and thinking 5 years ahead, start learning AR/VR now while competition is still low. And if you want structure and mentorship while you figure things out, a studio job is still a solid place to start. None of these paths are perfect, And if you watched my last video, you know this industry still has a long way to go. But the demand is real, it's growing, and knowing exactly where to point your energy is half the battle. If you're a working 3D artist in India right now, tell me in the comments, which of these sectors are you actually in? It'll help everyone else watching figure out where to focus next. See you in the next one.